Hey, what's up, everybody? It's KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day, coming to you from WODU Studios, the best in college radio. I'm your host, Brendan Abbott, and my co-host to my left in the background, Rashad Pennell, my co-host to my direct right, Kyler Lewis, and our guest for today, Malcolm Pennell, Rashad's brother. Our last show of the semester, guys. This is legit. This is it, Michael Jackson style. It's the last show. So, guys, let me know how y'all feeling for this last show. I don't know what Rashad's doing in the background, but like he got Tourette's or something. But how y'all feeling this morning for the last time for the semester?
Well, I got enough energy to finish this show.
Enough energy.
And after that, it's over.
The grindhouse?
It's over, my man.
I feel you. Rashad, how you feeling?
Woke up late. It's all good though, because I got the energy. It's the last show, guys. We gotta live a little. Live. IHOP, Waffle House. Live. It's a good day. Talk to you sports. Last show, we in there.
This man has used every B Frank saying.
Not Waffle House.
Shout out to Brandon.
Malcolm, how you feeling?
Sensational.
Hey, sensational. Bless up. Another one.
Man. That's when you know you live with somebody, when you can say their saying before they say it.
We share at the same time, actually.
Right. All right, guys. So let's talk about these topics for today. So topics for today, we're gonna be talking about the Golden State Warriors and if they can win without Stephen Curry. You know what I mean? If they should just rest them for the rest of the series against Houston. And we'll also talk about some of the issues Houston is having because nobody saw what this coming, the season Houston's putting up. We never saw this coming, especially after the season they had last year. So we'll talk about that. Then we'll also get into the NFL draft and talk about who the top 5 picks in this year's draft should be. And excuse me. And then talk about if Oklahoma City does not make the finals, should Kevin Durant leave? I think it's a very valid question, but let's get into the NBA playoffs to start out with. So pretty much, Golden State has been putting the works on the Houston Rockets. It hasn't been – it's one of those series that you can just see that one team has been better than the other, and it's honestly been a team game versus an isolation game for what it seems like for the most part. You look at this game, the end score was 115-106. Without Steph, the Golden State Warriors managed to shoot 49% from the field, 34% from three-point range, and 71% from the free throw line. They attempted 38 free throws. So even without Steph, Klay Thompson goes for 34. Andre Iguodala drops 18 off the bench. And then Draymond Green has a near triple-double, 12 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists. Then you look at it from the game before when Steph played, they won 104-78, which was much more handedly beating, in which Steph dropped 24 and pretty much 2 in the first half, and he only played 3 minutes in the second half. So with this ankle injury, even though they did an MRI and they ruled that it's nothing serious that he would be out for this series with, or he would need to miss considerable time for it, he is still listed as questionable for Game 3. So do y'all feel as though Steph Curry should be rested the rest of the series? Khaled, let me hear what you think. What do you think first?
I think that Stephen Curry should be rested for the rest of the series. As we saw, in the last game, that the Warriors can definitely hold their own against Houston. What you call Klay Thompson taking charge and amassing the most amount of points for the Warriors, and also Sean Livingston stepping up in the point guard position instead of Stephen Curry. I think they definitely know how to play against the Rockets, and I think they can definitely beat them without Stephen Curry for 2 more games. All they got to do is last 2 more games for real.
Okay. Rashad, what do you think?
No, you don't rest this man. You let this man play. Yeah, he's got injury. You let him sit this game. Then he gets a total of about 8 days of rest total from this past game carried on to the game 4. It's about 8 days total of rest. You can't let this team get comfortable playing without Steph Curry. We've seen teams where they lose a star player, they get comfortable playing without him, and when that player comes back, it doesn't help the team. Yeah, yes, it's only a limited amount of games. Yes, it's only about more likely it's looking like about to be a sweep. So you only play without him for 2 games. But that's 2 games. That's key pivotal games. You may sit him for this game, but you play him game 4 to get him back in rhythm. You make sure that the team doesn't get out of sync with them. You don't want to point where Klay Thompson, because he has to basically what he has to do now is average 30 to help the team out. You don't want him to get into that mindset where it got to be him or nothing. And with Steph Curry out, you want that now, but you don't want Steph Curry to have that for a long period of time. That effect with Klay Thompson. So you don't rest him all the rest of the series. You rest him this next game, let him get his 8 days total of rest, and then play.
All right, Malcolm, what do you think?
Well, it doesn't matter because, I mean, Steph Curry, he's not human. He's a video game dude. I mean, he's not even a video game. He's that good. He's not going to lose his rhythm. So I say rest him because at most they play 3 more games. So, I mean, they're going to beat him regardless. Clay's going to step up. They don't need Steph for this series, but they definitely going to need him for the next series. So I say give him some rest. Let his ankle heal up a little bit more because, I mean, he's gonna be in for a battle in the next round.
Yeah, I agree that it seems as though Houston's a team they can beat without Steph. So I would rest them because essentially you can get him a few because this ankle is not. It'd be different if it was any other player, it would be different. But because this dude is known for having weak ankles and his ankles having issues, and he legit has missed time in large increments in past seasons due to his ankles, I would sit him because if you can beat a team without him, why not just rush your star who you need down the line? Because you're not going to beat any of those other teams down the line if Steph can't be healthy. And if you play him and then that ankle it turns out to be gimpy, then there was no benefit if you've shown that you can beat him. Now, if there's a difference where you can't beat Houston without Steph, I mean, you beat him in Golden State once without Steph. Now you're going to Houston, which is a different story. But if you lose in Houston and then you might want to play Steph. Does that change it for y'all? If they lose in Houston tomorrow night, would you then play Steph?
No.
You still wouldn't play him?
I say 3 games at the most. They got 3 more games at the most. Let Steph Curry rest. He's gonna need it for the next. Yeah, round. That is only just 1 game.
I don't look at it the same way you guys look at it. I look at it in an aspect where you gotta play this man because the way the Warriors play isn't completely the same as it is when Steph Curry is there. The play style is a little bit different. It's a lot. There's not think about it because Steph Curry garners a lot more attention than a lot of these other players do. You even say he gets more attention than Klay Thompson do. Klay Thompson can shoot almost as well as he can. It's different. It's a lot more less stress on their other players' bodies when Steph Curry's out there because Steph Curry can hit them for a lot more open passes. Yeah, it's still a team-oriented team, still find open passes, but they have to do a lot more. They put a lot more stress on them, making them a lot more beat down for the next round. Steph Curry got to play.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Colin.
I would agree to that if their opponents weren't the Rockets. Now the Rockets are lazy on defense, so they really don't. They really wouldn't focus too much on. I mean, they focus on Steph Curry because he is the star of the team, but because of their lazy defense, I mean, they really don't need Steph Curry to beat them.
But this is basically it's the same Rockets team as last year that took them to 7 games. And if you look at it differently, I mean, yeah, they're playing a lot worse this year, but at the same time, it's still the Rockets. You still can't say, oh, it's just the Rockets. They're in the playoffs for a reason. Yeah, they're the AC. Went from the what? They were third last year.
Bro, they
second and third last year. They're second.
41.
I mean, yeah, they had a bad season, but it's still the same team.
We'll get to the Rockets.
It's still the same team.
I understand what you're saying, Colin, because yeah, they made the playoffs, but last year when the Pelicans made the playoffs, none of us picked the Pelicans to go beyond this point or beyond the first round. They're an AC for a reason. They're an AC because they're the easiest team to beat in the playoffs.
But if the Thunder would have won that game, though, people would have been like, "Oh snap! Okay,
it would have been a good matchup." But nobody was going to pick the Thunder to beat Golden State. Russell Westbrook can't beat a team by himself.
You're biased.
You're biased.
He is biased. Think about it. Golden State wasn't like they were now last year. Like
they were still a good team.
I mean, they were a good team, but people didn't support them like they did now. You see what I'm saying? People would have picked Westbrook against them because that man was doing what he was doing this year, all these triple doubles. It's not as exciting this year because he did it last year. When he did it last year, everybody was like, "Oh snap!" It's still exciting because but I mean, because he did it last year. It's like this is all right. We're accustomed like Draymond Green. We're accustomed to you doing triple doubles now. It's good job. Now imagine if Mike Conley got triple double. Oh my goodness, Mike Conley, a triple double for Mike Conley. But now it's like Draymond Green and Westbrook.
Think about it, that's the only reason why he was in the MVP conversation. Mm-hmm. If it's not for these triple doubles, he's not in the MVP conversation. But that alone doesn't get you picked to beat a whole better team.
But as you
and the other team has an MVP caliber guy. It's different if you're playing a team like Atlanta and they don't have a star or something like that. People arguably say they don't have a star. This team is filled with all-stars.
I know.
So there's no way I'm picking a team with just Russell Westbrook healthy with no Kevin Durant to beat this team.
Some people did at the time. Some
man.
people did. But my point about that saying is we can't. Well, I don't want to sit here and slight the Rockets saying Steph Curry can rest because it's the Rockets. No, that's not how I feel about it. I mean, Steph Curry has done this with plenty. Steph Curry and the Warriors done this with plenty of teams. Just abuse them.
But here's
look at the Spurs. We're not saying it's the Spurs. We sit Steph Curry out. We send them slight the Spurs too.
The Spurs. They did not sit Steph Curry against.
I'm saying we seen them slight the Spurs. The first time they played
the Spurs
when they dubbed them.
They were playing their guys. It's not like they were like, oh, it's the Spurs. Like they came to play because it was the Spurs. Right now they're like, it's the Rockets. We can afford not to have that.
How do we know that's how they're thinking?
Because they sat him. What do you mean?
They sat him because he's hurt.
No, he could have played. They said he was available to play the rest of game one. They were like,
he's available. But he take precautions.
The NBA Finals and it's Cleveland. You think you're going to sit Steph?
Because you're at the end of the season. You know,
but
they got to lose.
No, it doesn't matter if it's a playoff series and you need to win that game against the team. You think they're going to sit him against the Spurs if they need to win a game against the team? If his ankle isn't severely hurt, now it's different if it's severe, but if it's something that he can still play with, you think they're going to sit him against the Spurs?
I mean, they was up in a lot in that game. First game, they sat him.
They sat him.
Second game,
they sat him 2 days ago.
But if
that was the Spurs,
they sat him because of Steph Curry, the way he was feeling about it. Because if you watch one of his warm-ups, he felt uncomfortable on his ankle. That's Steph Curry's choice as well.
I'm saying, but Steph Curry knew that was the San Antonio Spurs. He knew it was the Rockets.
I can't sit one game.
It was the Rockets.
If he felt that uncomfortable,
let me hear what you got to say.
Nah. If they play the Spurs, no, because the Spurs legitimately can beat them. Mm-hmm. The Rockets can't.
They can't.
They can't. No, they can't.
They did it last year.
They won one game. This team is better this year.
Exactly.
They are way better.
The Warriors, I'm not even on the Warriors bandwagon, but them dudes is nice. That man Steph Curry, like everybody around them is nice. But see if they play the Spurs, you gotta play them because they're the Spurs. I mean, they was like the second best team in the league. Yeah. And then they was like 6-7 games.
Yeah.
So I mean, they legitimately can beat them, but the Rockets can't because they're trash.
I know you want to show the Rockets respect and everything, but Golden State it plays as an actual. See,
that's what they do. But
just sitting Steph isn't like they forgot how to play with Steph. It's not like that's gonna happen. It's not like they're being important. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're playing legit 2 games without him if they sweep them. Maybe 3 if they lose game 3 or game 4.
What if they lose 2 straight though? Then we go serious.
No, that's what I said. Does it change if they lose 2 games? But they won game 2. Yeah. All right, you're acting like they lost. They won game 2. So they're coming off a win. So they just handed the Rockets an L, and they were up double digits in the 4th quarter without Steph. And here's the thing that also, as I was watching the game, legit, the Golden State Warriors were keeping the Houston Rockets in the game by fouling James Harden. The man attempted over 15 free throws. Like, they kept them in the game just by fouling him. And he still shot inefficiently. He shot 7 of 19. So,
hey, I'm just saying, man. The Lakers beat the fully loaded Warriors.
This wasn't the playoffs. You're going back to that game as if
the Lakers beat the fully loaded Warriors.
You're gonna keep going back to that series.
Like, the Rockets can scare them. I'm just saying. the Lakers want to beat the fully loaded team. Sit Stephen Curry for the rest of the series.
Did you hear what Andre Iguodala said about them? He said it feels like a scrimmage. It feels like a practice. That's what Andre Iguodala said about them.
That man's a savage. That man doesn't care. He has no filter.
No, that's how he would not say that about the San Antonio Spurs. He would say that about the San Antonio
Draymond Green would. Draymond Green would not. Draymond Green, the dude that won the championship. Like, yeah.
No,
the Cavaliers, they dookie. Yeah.
No. The only reason why they said that is because everybody in the Cavaliers camp was saying we would have beat y'all if we had Kyrie and Kevin Love. The San Antonio Spurs have shown them respect the whole time. And even when they went into San Antonio, they were sitting here saying, "Oh, well, we got to see how it turns out."
They dookie.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, man.
And you're just
don't sit Steph. Steph. Sit the next game, get your 8 days rest, and get back in there.
So if he goes and play that 4th game and gets injured, and it's just gonna hurt their playoffs.
That's not good. If he gets injured, he gets injured. That's gonna happen if he's healthy or not healthy.
Okay,
But I mean,
and going
he's-
into the
he's
next
more
round,
prone
what's
to
that
getting
gonna do
injured,
to them?
Yeah, he gets more prone.
They
to
sit him out the whole playoffs. Then if that's the case, if he's prone to injury,
You sit
him out the
first
first round.
like you said, it wasn't a severe ankle injury. It's not a severe ankle injury. He walked off on his own. He actually tried to run and play. He did warm ups. He felt uncomfortable. He sat him out. So it means obviously, if it's not that severe, he has like rest. Like 8 days of rest is gonna be enough. A week of rest on your knee with the advanced technology that NBA and NFL stuff like that have. He's gonna be healthy.
So what is
So you play him.
you play him with the
You
rest?
play
That's
him.
the point.
You rest. No, you rest those 8 days, and
play
then
him.
you don't play him. You don't play him game 3. You play him game 4 and 5.
You play
How
him
he goes.
when you need to play him. If you don't need to play,
Yeah.
if his ankle is
Right, they can
100%
sweep them
game
in this
4,
first
play
round.
him. Yeah, exactly.
It's,
If his
and it's
ankle-
gonna be
Yeah, that's the thing. It
They
hasn't
can
been
sweep without Steph Curry.
right
There's
now.
no
It's
need to
questionable.
play him.
Exactly. Right now it's questionable.
question. Game 3 is questionable. After game 3, they don't play again until Sunday.
No, we're asking about we're asking about the rest because this you even need him to play. That's the thing. You even need this dude to beat that Houston team, and Houston hasn't shown us that they
Teams can come back at any time.
It don't even seem like they
Team-
got
not
motivation.
against Golden State.
No,
Not
no,
against
no,
Golden
no,
State.
Not the Rockets.
Golden State is not the Clippers. Okay, they're not the Clippers. They're not going to let somebody come back
Oh my
from
God.
3-1 to beat them. I'm sorry.
hanging over my head.
I'm sorry. You know what? We'll use that to transition into the Houston Rockets, man. What is wrong with the Houston Rockets? Last year,
Oh, they're just a business.
yeah, man. Last year, they were the number 2 seed. I would love to hear what he has to say. They were the number 2 seed, and now they regressed dramatically. They fired their head coach Kevin McHale with just about 9 games in the
11
season.
games.
11 games in. Sorry, 11 games in the season, and then now they hired they have JB Bickerstaff as the interim coach, and it seems as though things have just been abysmal for the Houston Rockets this season. Being the AC, they just barely made the playoffs. If it wasn't for the monumental collapse of the Utah Jazz at the end of the season, they were willing to they got themselves in. But gentlemen, what has happened to these guys from what we've seen this season? Rashad, let me hear what you think. How the Houston Rockets have nothing wrong with them. They dropped 6 spots from 2nd to 8th, and not even get over 50 wins like they did
Yo,
last
why?
season.
Oh, you know, I'm just kidding. I'm back here.
I
But hey,
think
before you go, let
Ain't no
people
just kidding with
know
you.
they can call in though. Let people know they can call in.
Okay, y'all. If y'all want to join on the debate, the number 757-683-4405. You want to chime in and talk about Rashad's blasphemy. The number is 757-683-4405. And also make sure you're watching us on Rabble TV, on the YouTube channel, and also on Spreaker. All right, Rashad, go ahead.
All right, so
Comment and tweet.
the Warriors have had the Rockets have had a decline. I don't know. They lost their identity. James Harden can't. He can't play with nobody. He's kind of how I feel like LeBron can't play with a point guard. I feel like the same thing with James Harden. James Harden can't play with a point guard because he's too in control of the team, but he's not efficient with it no more. Like, you know, who else James Harden be like, oh, this man can play. This man can average 27. Oh, this man is unstoppable going to the free throw line, getting the basket. What happened? Dwight Howard. Oh man, my man look like Kwame Brown out there. You know, he's playing a little better. He's playing a little better.
Hey, no. Don't let him do it. Look, you're not going to disrespect Dwight Howard like that. I watched that nonsense of Kwame Brown for 4 years. So you're not going to disrespect Dwight Howard like that. That man at least knows where the rim is. That man at least knows how to post up. He knows how to catch the ball on a pick and roll.
Not Kwame Brown.
There you go.
Robin Lopez.
I'm done with this.
Oh my God! Oh
no. That's a 5-second timeout.
Right.
That's a 5-second timeout.
You turned off his mic.
2. I had to turn off his mic. That was nonsense. Robin Lopez. That man's not a defensive player of the year. What?
No.
Go ahead, man. Go.
You see, you just said was a defensive player
No, you said
because you know Dwight Howard.
Oh, man.
Dwight Howard's the aftermath. He's
You're the guy that players hate. You know that? You're the guy that players hate because you don't. Let's go.
he's
I don't know what to
Dwight
say.
Howard's where Greg Oden was when he first came in the league.
Dog.
Really?
No.
Dwight Howard is not Dwight Howard no more. He's just a 10-10 player, which isn't good. He's supposed to be a superstar getting superstar money. You're a 10-10 player. You're always complaining about your back. Bro, it's been 4 years now. Come on. You have medical technology, great technology NBA. It's been 4 years. Adrian Peterson's running on torn ACLs. Come on now. So you have a dysfunctional system there. You have an awful ball dominant shoot point guard, whatever you want to call him, because he don't know what he's doing out there no more. He's looking like he was with the Thunder during that playoff series. Dwight Howard, He can't find a spot no more. He better off staying in Orlando when he first stayed. That's where his best career was. Who else is even on that team right now, honestly?
Patrick Beverly.
My man, I'm glad he finally did something with his hair, trying to get dreads now because nobody know he looked like the caveman. Who else we got out there?
You know what?
Who else we got out there?
Khaled, go, Khaled, go, because he's just gonna keep bad-mouthing people for no reason. They don't even deserve it.
They don't.
No, I asked you.
Why they're so bad?
I asked you what was wrong with the team. You're going on their looks.
His hair, man, is messing up his game style. He ain't got the barbarian look no more, so his defense isn't as intensive.
What? Khaled, go. Khaled, please.
I'm just saying, man.
The thing is with the Rockets, they came into the series thinking they was gonna lose. And the defense shows it. Like they playing so lazy. My man, Dwight Howard, he just seems like he has no motivation. Yeah,
go ahead. I'm just helping you out. I'm supporting your case.
He looks like he ain't got no motivation. Whatchamacallit? James Harden has gotten inefficient. It's just they're just looking lost all over the place. Like I seen a play where they let my man's Klay Thompson come straight through the middle of the lane and just lay up on him while Dwight Howard was standing right there. And then they looking all stupid, like how y'all let that happen? I mean, if y'all stepped up and played defense, maybe he wouldn't have got that easy shot, that easy look. And then, like you said, the only reason they was kept into the game was because of the fouls on James Harden. Now they just need to learn how to get some motivation. You know, it's sad when they ask the head coach whether or not your star player is motivated to play the game.
Yeah,
you know, so they need some motivation. I know they think that they're gonna lose, but I mean, at least try. I mean, it's the playoffs. Houston fans came to see y'all, put up a fight.
Yeah. All right, sorry, Malcolm. What do you think?
All right, I'm gonna make this quick. Rockets, they're not that good. No more. No more. They're not that good. Let's see. James Harden. He's not who he used to be. Dwight Howard's not who he used to be. Let's go back to James Harden. He needs to go back to OKC, and then we're gonna get in that later. just wait on it. Just wait.
All right, so I do feel as though they've gotten bad. I mean, their defense, I don't even think they know what the D in the. It's funny because there's no D in Houston Rockets, so that's probably why they don't play it. There's two O's in both the words, so that's all they play in the offense. That's all they care about is the offense. I mean, they launch threes like there's no tomorrow. They think they're Golden State. I mean, last year it took them somewhere because Josh Smith was actually hitting threes in the postseason, but. No, it's the truth, man. He came out of nowhere. He can't shoot during the regular season, but now he wants to hit threes in the postseason last year. But and it's sad when you're paying a dude $80 million, you're paying him $80 million, and he averages 8.5 shots a game in the regular season and the postseason. That is just there's no reason that your center, who's supposed to be your second option on the team, is taking 8.5 shots. Trevor Ariza takes almost as many shots as Dwight Howard. That's terrible. There's no reason for that. That's supposed to be that's supposed to be the Shaq to your Kobe. You know, he's nowhere near Shaq, but that's essentially
James Harden nowhere near Kobe.
Yeah, he's not. Right. That's true. You're right. So that's supposed to be the correlation of these two, and it hasn't turned into that at all. Houston is just surrounded with James Harden isolating. He leads the league in isolation points, but he leads the league in isolations as well. James Harden has scored more isolation points than the whole Warriors team throughout the season. That is crazy. That's too much isolating. Like this is one guy dribbling the ball pound the whole time, and their defenses regress because when you don't feed your center, they're not going to have energy. They're not going to play with energy. They're not going to have your back on defense. Legit, they gave Dwight Howard 3 shots the other game in a 2-minute span, 3 straight shots. He looked amazing on defense the next 2 series down the court. And Rashad, to your point, to try and diss this man, Dwight Howard, if you're not getting the basketball, you're going to be less engaged. If you're watching a guy just dribble out the shot clock till it gets to 3 seconds and take a terrible shot, you're going to be disengaged. Kwame Brown, he was disengaged before the damn ball tipped. He was disengaged. Robin Lopez, I just can't. The comparisons, I just can't even fathom it. Like,
come on now,
it's not like you compare them to athletic people. Like you compare them to guys that like, what is
Reggie Evans.
Stop.
All right, but come on, bro. But be for real. There was a time where we seen Dwight Howard get 8.5 shots. Well, you can't get 9 shots in a game and have 20-something points. We're not seeing that no more. Yes, I mean he's not the same Dwight. He's not as efficient as he used to be. And I mean, yes, he's in the wrong system for the ball because you got someone like James Harden who's not going to give you the ball. At least with Kobe and stuff, Kobe understood like when we had Shaq there, we give Shaq the ball. He understood giving Dwight Howard the ball is going to help a little bit. The Lakers understood that, but he that's when he used to get 20 points, 25 points a game. But it is from what he looks at for this team. He looks like a Robin Lopez or Kwame Brown on this team.
Man, but here's the thing.
I mean, I understand he has the talent to be better than that, but as of right now, from what we see, that's what he honestly looks like right now because he's not getting his love.
I can't see that's not Dwight Howard's fault. You gotta feed the post. Here's the numbers in Orlando. His rookie year, he shot 8.3 shots a game. That's almost the same amount of shots a game he's shooting this season. The next season in Orlando, he shot 10.7. The season after that, he shot 10.6. His 20-point season, he averaged 11.9 shots a game. The next season he averaged 20 was 12 shots a game, or 12.4 shots. In Los Angeles, he played with one of the most legendary shot chuckers of all time in Kobe Bryant, and he still averaged 10.7 shots a game. And that ball was shared amongst him, Kobe, and Powell. And what?
And so that's what I'm saying. Kobe understood, like this team understood. You give this man the ball, he scores. They understand the purpose, the value of Dwight Howard. The Rockets don't, and that's what's making him look like these. It's not. I mean, it's not his fault. But when you look at it, his fault, not his fault, but when you look at it as he messed me all up. But when you look at it, you see the fact that when you don't get the like we see the numbers. Think about the people who see that you just gotta chill. So when you don't get the ball and you don't get the number, and people don't see the numbers. Like, people don't see how many shots you take. They just see your performance in a game. Don't you look like a Kwame Brown or a Robin Lopez to people? Like people watching at the game, like, man, this dude Dwight is sucky. He only got 3 points. But they don't look at the stats and see that he only had 4 shots. Well, I mean, you see what I'm saying?
For us, that's the media's job to tell the people that, because for the people that we're the media that actually covers all that, so we can't misadvertise Dwight Howard as a Kwame Brown or a Robin Lopez. Well, that's not his fault.
I know he's better than. I'm just having fun, man. But he is better.
But Dwight Howard will be the guy. See, that's why the players hate the media, because we'll say stuff like this, and then they're like, then they don't want to do interviews because we're having fun, and then somebody takes a sound bite of saying they don't take this whole conversation. They'll take Dwight Howard's Kwame Brown. Dwight Howard is Robin Lopez, and then Dwight Howard sees that, and he's like, "Oh, really, Rashad?" And then next time, fry you up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Next time he wants to do an interview, he's gonna be like to the guy that said, "I'm like Kwame Brown or Robin Lopez." What an idiot! That's exactly what he said.
And then I'll be like, "Boy, don't let me start."
But what are you going to start on? Because it's not his fault. He has.
I can start with his LA days. I can start with his ticket.
Even in LA, he averaged 17.
No, the way he was soft and can't take the criticism and I would like boy dark skin.
It's not like he played.
Why you acting like?
Oh my gosh!
I'm just saying.
It's not like he played bad in LA.
He did it. He was soft. He was soft. He couldn't handle the criticism.
He wasn't Shaq. That's all it was. He wasn't Shaq. That's essentially what it was.
His performance was good.
It was good, but
he didn't have the heart to play there. He didn't have the heart.
For how dominant he was supposed to be, he wasn't like Shaq. Like Dwight, nobody could compete with Dwight on a physicality standpoint. Dwight, and then everybody expected him to have a better off. Now this is where you can fault Dwight, because there's no reason that you've been in the league since 2004 and you don't have an offensive repertoire that doesn't consist of just a right shoulder hook or left shoulder hook shot or a dunk. There's no reason for that. Shaquille O'Neal had an offensive repertoire that suited his power. He had touch from all over the painted area, and it suited his power and finesse. But there's no reason Dwight Howard, especially when you work with Hakeem Olajuwon and you're still not at that point you need to be at. Now that's where I'll credit him.
But what's different from? I mean, Shaq was just a big dude, just a giant on the court. He just outpowered a lot of people, and But what's different from how him and like Dwight play in a sense? Shaq didn't have no mid-range jump shot like that. I'm not saying they're the same people, but I'm saying
but there was a huge.
I just said I said he outpowered people.
No, you said what's the difference in how they play, and I'm saying the difference in how they play. There was because when Shaq got the ball, Shaq was just boom. And then Shaq drew his weight around. I mean, granted, the rules were a bit different, but Shaq drew his weight around. Like you weren't going to stop Shaq. Shaq garnered triple, double team. Orlando Dwight Howard was similar to Shaq. That's why everybody thought he was going to be like Shaq, because the Orlando Dwight Howard was like that. But as he's gone on, it's like you haven't seen that guy. And then you thought he was going to get better footwork. Because remember, Shaq didn't have Hakeem to learn from. So Shaq developed all that offensive repertoire and stuff from on his own with the help of a guy like Kareem and stuff. But Dwight Howard had the best dude in footwork at his disposal And what happened? Nothing happened. And Kobe learned from the same guy, and Kobe's one of the best dudes with the footwork that we've ever seen. So that's why people are like, what's going on with Dwight? Like, why hasn't it manifested in something yet? Especially because everybody knows once your talent, your athleticism, and your talent goes down, what do you go on next? Your fundamentals, your technique, and everything. That's what comes up next because you can't jump over people no more. You can't just body everybody no more. So the next thing you fall on is your fundamentals. So when we see that part of Dwight's game hasn't manifested, everybody's just like, what has happened? But who do you guys blame the most for Houston's regression, though? Who is the most to blame? Is it James? Is it the management? Is it Dwight? Or is it somebody else? Who do y'all blame the most? Malcolm, you got something to say. What are you going to say?
Dwight.
You said Dwight.
Dwight.
He ain't the same man. Like, once he left Lakers, he wasn't the same man. He should have stayed in Atlanta, like Rashad said. So, I mean, it's kind of James Harden, too. I mean, he's Mr. Turnover.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, like, you can't win if you turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of both of them, actually. And then they got rid of their coach. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I really don't know why.
Okay. Rashad?
You can't get rid of the great Kevin McHale. That's the first mistake they made. Honestly, that's the only mistake they made. That mistake led to everything else happening. That mistake was to break down the Houston Rockets. So that's all it is.
So it's management's fault.
It's management's fault. Get everybody out of front office.
Oh, my God.
Everybody.
All right.
Because they're the reason they went from second to eighth and now getting washed.
Yeah. All right, Khaled, whose fault? Who's that fault?
I blame the management and the coaching. Management because they did let go of Kevin McHale. Coaching because the man, he's not telling his players to be better on defense. He needs to teach him after seeing how the Rockets played, how the Warriors played them. He should be telling them to adjust their game or coaching them to actually play defense. It's just I feel like the coach need to do better. Management, horrible mistake letting go of Kevin McHale.
Okay, I feel as though it is partly Daryl Morey and the management's fault because they fired Kevin McHale, but I put a lot of it on James Harden.
Oh yeah, I was
and here's why: when you have a usage rate that's over skies LeBron James and Russell Westbrook's, and he's the point guard of the Oklahoma City Thunder. When your usage rate skies over them, that's when I'm like, bro, come on, man. And then when you're averaging last season, James Harden, this season, this man's shooting 44, practically 44%. In the playoffs, he's shooting 37%. Like that's not gonna get the job done, James. And so I blame him the most because yes, he is leading the team in assists. Yes, he's leading. He led them in points, but he also led them in turnovers. Like Malcolm was saying, you can't average 7.5 assists to 4.6 turnovers. That's bad.
Well,
that's
okay.
bad.
It's bad. It is bad.
That's like
but I like
4 dudes trying to go to a party with 5 girls.
I mean, it's bad, but at the same time, it's like he's not the point guard. You can't expect him to give more than 4 or 5. That's the average for a shooting guard, about 4, 5, 6 assist range.
No, but I'm saying, but he plays the point guard. That's the problem. You're right. He's not the point guard, but why does he play the point guard role?
Because he feel like he's the best scorer in his way he gets scored, going to the basket and taking it. He feel like he's not a spot up. He thinks he is, but he knows he's not a spot up shooter. So he ball dominates and takes the screen and try to get the foul. That's he plays like we used to say. James Harden plays. He gets his points by the rules. He plays strictly by the rules. Get fouled, do what he can to get the foul call, shoot free throws.
For me, with James Harden, it's just like the way I think you discredit LeBron to an extent. When you say LeBron can't play with a point guard, I don't think LeBron has had a star point guard.
Yeah.
I don't think he's had that. If LeBron gets a point, he hasn't.
James Harden has?
No, I'm not saying James Harden has, but I'm saying where James Harden doesn't even give Patrick Beverly the chance.
No. I mean, who would give Patrick Beverly the chance? Let that man play defense only. Let that man be Jimmy Butler before Jimmy Butler became an offensive threat. That's all he is.
The way he dominates the ball, Kobe Bryant could have dominated the ball the same way in Los Angeles, but he let Derek Fisher do his thing. He let the other point guards do their things. Kobe Bryant is a better scorer, better player overall than James Harden. And Kobe Bryant did not dominate the ball the way he did. He did chuck up shots.
He did chuck up shot, But nobody had that. Like Derek Fisher was one of the most smartest point guards in the game before Chris Paul came in. That was basically Derek Fisher was like the only point guard who knew how to efficiently break a press. When a team tried to press a team, Derek Fisher knew how to.
But we never considered Derek Fisher a star.
We're not considered a star. You consider one of the smartest point guards in the game, though.
He was on this, but I think we're underselling Patrick Beverley here. Patrick Beverley is a quality point guard.
He's
a quality. He is.
He plays real well.
If Mario Chalmers,
I'd rather have Mario Chalmers.
If Mario Chalmers can win a ring, see, Patrick Beverley's a better defender.
He's a better defender,
and Mario Chalmers is a better 3-point shooter. But as a total game, I think Patrick Beverley has a better game than Mario Chalmers.
Because he can't play defense.
But yeah, because he can't play defense, I have to give Patrick Beverley that nod. Whereas, but with James Harden, he just dominates the ball all the time, and it's not like he runs the whole offense. It's legit isolation the whole time. If you look at the Lakers, they at least ran the triangle, and then Cleveland, LeBron has a scoring point guard, so it's like Kyrie's not he's not a pass first dude. He's not naturally a distributor. Even when LeBron wasn't there, he wasn't that guy.
I know, but you see, that's why LeBron is more so. People can look at LeBron like he's a pass first player in a sense. So he runs the point guard and he delegates Kyrie Irving to be the shooting guard. That's what I feel like in that situation. I mean, that is the best point guard he has had for the team, and he still the ball dominate. And you can say Kyrie Irving better than Mario Chalmers. He's better than Patrick Beverley. He's better than Ty Lawson. He's better than Norris Cole. He's better than all of them guys. But because LeBron and the fact that LeBron is more, people like LeBron's a pass first player, I understand why he takes the ball and dominates. But I just feel like because of that aspect, he feels like he's more of a better passer than most of his point guards, which in Kyrie's case, he is. As in Mario Chalmers, he is to an extent. Because, I mean, LeBron has better vision, but Mario Chalmers would get the ball to Chris Bosh, he get the ball to Ray Allen, he get the ball to D-Wade and LeBron. You see what I'm saying? In a sense like that, that's a situation where I'm a little tipsy-turvy. But with Kyrie Irving, I'm like, okay, I understand why LeBron and ball dominate. We'll delegate him to shooting guard, make him shoot the shots. I handle the passing.
See, I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying that Mario Chalmers ran the offense.
Yes.
Effectively, like everybody got the ball. See, here's the only thing for me with that, because LeBron, because Mario Chalmers did that, but he doesn't do what a Chris Paul does.
No, he doesn't.
I'm not talking about in terms of like Chris Paul can break down the defense and then get guys open because of his playmaking ability and stuff like that. And that's why I feel like LeBron has never had a point guard that can make down. You can run plays and everything, but LeBron's never had a point guard that has the playmaking ability like himself or is even mirrored to himself. Like if LeBron had Chris Paul, I think we would see LeBron play a lot more off ball because Chris Paul can break down the defense and will pass the ball up. I see Kyrie Irving sometimes dribble the whole shot clock out and then like pass the ball once he's double teamed and be like, I got nothing to do here. Like, he'll give it up. But
that's a rare breed of point guards, my man.
You said what?
That's a rare breed of point guards you're looking for right there, my man. There's not that many out there. Think about it. Who you have? You have Steph Curry who can do that playmaking ability. You have Chris Paul who can make that playmaking ability. You have Rajon Rondo who can make that playmaking ability. You have Jeff Teague too.
Yeah,
you said I don't know.
John Wall can,
but John Wall. I mean, I can't.
The boy averaged 10.2 assists on the season.
He has.
Like right behind Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, him and Russell Westbrook.
But from his play style, though, honestly, I mean, he did average it. But from his play style,
John Wall can.
There's a reason why people call it blasphemy for saying that he called himself the number 3 point guard.
No, it's because of Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul, yeah.
But John Wall is right there. John Wall is legit right there.
I don't. I mean, the 10.2 assist is nice, but the way he do it just doesn't impress me. It's because the way he does it, he attacks the basket extremely hard. But instead of finding mainly, because he don't have that many shooters there. He doesn't have that many shooters. Bradley Beal was inconsistent this year, so he doesn't really have that many shooters. It was more so Marcin Gortat with the dump off for easy dunk. I mean, that's not 10.2 assists. I'm right. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy. But think about it. I can't put him in that category with like the Chris Pauls, the Steph Currys.
What is different than what you just say? He attacks the basket really tough
and hits one time. But think about
what is different than what he does from Russell Westbrook?
Exactly. Because
what is the difference?
I didn't finish my list. I didn't even say Westbrook.
I'm sorry.
And I wasn't gonna put Westbrook in there either because I see him more of a. I mean, the man averages a triple double. I understand that, but. This is not. No. Yeah, this is not the question is about the playmaking abilities. Okay. And I just
he don't make plays.
He does make plays. He makes plays, but in a sense, I'm looking at these guys as all right. Look, I'm looking at this rare breed of point guard, and these guys don't fit in my criteria for the rare breed of point guard.
Doesn't fit in.
And that rare breed of point guard.
What is this rare breed? What are you talking about?
Because if Westbrook played with LeBron, I don't think LeBron would change. You see what I'm saying? I don't think LeBron would be different. I think LeBron would still be bringing the ball to the court sometimes, even though Westbrook's there. He would delegate him kind of like a Kyrie Irving role. And I think that's how.
I can understand what you're saying, but see, Russell Westbrook is a shoot first guy.
That's what I mean.
That's the thing.
That's what I mean.
But when in the role, Russell Westbrook can make plays. We've seen it.
Yes.
And he's a passer because
yes.
If Russell Westbrook doesn't have to be a point guard, he won't be a point guard. But because he's in that role for OKC doesn't have a LeBron that can play the point guard role. Yeah. Kyrie Irving was in that role to be the point guard, and he couldn't be that dude. Yeah. He's a scorer first. Even when we see when Kevin Durant went out, Russell Westbrook averaged 10 assists the whole time Kevin Durant was out. LeBron's out. Kyrie Irving got 1 assist in a game. 1 assist.
That's one game.
Bro, look at the average before LeBron even got there.
I mean, come on now. But as the fact that this you said a point guard, it's hard to find that for LeBron.
And no, it's hard to find it, but I don't think we can say. I don't think it's right to say LeBron can't play with any point guard, or he can't.
Well, if he had that rare point guard, if Cleveland can luck around and get somebody like a Ben Simmons and make him play point guard, which actually what he was supposed to be before he went to college, they was talking about he was supposed to be like Magic Johnson type build point guard, and he got moved to a forward at LSU. That could be the person that LeBron needs. Somebody like that. It's hard to find this point guard that LeBron can.
So John Wall isn't a point guard that could be.
I don't think LeBron would let John Wall bring the ball to the court every play. I don't see it. I don't think so.
I mean, I know not every play, but
I think
John Wall would be the point guard.
If you switch them to Kyrie Irving and LeBron, Kyrie Irving and John Wall, I don't see LeBron's mindset changing that much. Me personally, I don't see LeBron's mindset. Yeah, he averaged that. I just don't see it changing that. I don't see LeBron's mindset personally.
Wow.
Talking about 2 completely different point guards.
What do you think, Khalid?
A scoring point guard and a point guard who actually knows how to pass.
Whoa. He not. They both. Well, I can't know.
John Wall's a pass first. John Wall's a pass
first. He was not a pass first when he first beginning. He became a pass first. I say this year, these past 2 seasons, became a pass first because that's what helped this team win.
At the current points right now, John Wall, a pass first point guard versus Kyrie Irving, a scoring first point guard. We'll definitely take the pass first point guard because it'll help LeBron better.
You would, but is LeBron thinking that way with somebody like a John Wall compared?
If he wants to win,
Okay. Let me make a hypothetical question for you guys. Okay. Hypothetical question.
All right.
John Wall, Chris Paul have the same skill level because obviously we know Chris Paul's way better point guard. Make them change the sliders. Make Chris Paul the same skill level as John Wall, or make John Wall same skill level. Who will LeBron take? And the play style.
Chris Paul,
but you would take John Wall because if John Wall,
you think he'd take John Wall?
If John Wall can shoot, is that what you're talking about?
If you give them the same,
Chris Paul can score better than John Wall to me.
If you're adjusting the size up for John Wall.
He would take I would take John Wall.
Adjusting the size down for Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm taking it as. You're telling me that.
Well, if you make them the same skill, regardless wherever you make them the same skill level, and you know how the way they play.
He would take John Wall because John Wall's younger. If he can shoot too, like Chris Paul can. He takes John Wall because John Wall's younger. That's part of the reason why I feel like he left Miami because Dwayne Wade was getting older and he couldn't stay healthy. He was like, I can go play with Kyrie Irving, possibly Kevin Love. And that's a dude that can shoot. They're healthy. We can make this thing work. And Kevin Love can
and that's why this man LeBron's whispering into Wayne's ears that we're gonna do bigger and better things next year.
I mean, because it hasn't turned. Cleveland isn't exactly what he thinks. I mean, we don't know. They haven't lost, so we don't know. But I think if John, the only reason why I would say because obviously Chris Paul, I mean, in our opinion, he's better than John Wall. But Chris Paul's a better scorer than John Wall, so you're gonna take the better scorer and better passer over the guy that is an all right scorer, and then he's just a better passer. Yeah.
Everybody watching this segment, like, we talking about LeBron? But for the fact that James Harden is the reason this team is bad.
LeBron got pulled into it because of the point guard thing. I mean, James, I blame James Harden. I blame him in the man.
James Harden got all the blame.
No, I mean, because as a star player, I mean, you gotta
help other people get better. Too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can't just isolate and dominate the ball the whole time and not make all these other guys better, especially when it'd be different. See, it's different if you don't have that guy. When LeBron was in Cleveland the first go around, he never had a Dwight Howard. He never had a secondary star that was like, okay, I'm going to help you out, whatever. It's unexcusable if that second star is getting 8.5 shots. That's not right. Even when Kobe played with Gasol and Andrew Bynum, this man Kobe was launching shots, but they still got above double-digit shot attempts. So it's like, well, Paul Gasol more so than Andrew Bynum, but they still got those guys involved. So It's worse because he doesn't play defense. Like it's honestly bad because he doesn't deal. And I saw a thing on Bleacher Report where they showed like him block Maurice Spates on one play. I was like, all right, cool. Now show the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like show me the rest of the game. Don't deceive me. Yeah, don't lie to me. Don't deceive me now. Come on, I want to see the whole rest of the game. Show me the rest of the game of him letting Harrison Barnes sole bucket of the game. He walked right past him.
Speaking of that, Khaled, I want to make a case about that play. You brought that play up earlier, and how you blamed it on the help defense. You said that play happened because the help defense wasn't there. No, that play happened because James Harden can't play defense.
Everybody was just standing around looking stupid.
That's not his fault that James Harden got cooked like that on that play.
Your help defense is supposed to be there,
but
you don't let
somebody go right around you. Like you can't just disregard the fact.
The Klay Thompson play when that man came through straight through the middle and made the layup.
I mean,
okay,
that play.
But the Harrison Barnes one, legit.
Man, that one.
You at least like the help defense wouldn't even had a chance. They were not even in time.
Mine was absent.
Like legit, Harrison Barnes took 2 steps. It wasn't like they were like, huh. Like they were like, doop. Like I was like, what? Like we're getting away, bump something, pushing out of bounds. James Harden legit looked at him like, you got it, bro.
Hey, Brendan, we got to show the demonstration, man. We got to show the demonstration of the James Harden defense, what you did. How many weeks ago?
Man, with Nick Young and his defense? Oh, it was awful.
Here we go.
It was awful. Like, come on. Yeah, man, it was better than that.
He got it.
Oh, my fault. I got you. This is exactly how it happened. This is exactly what happened. You're James, right? You're James Harden.
All right. I'm James Harden.
You're James Harden. This is exactly how Harrison Barnes did it. It was awful. Like he legit jab stepped in place like 4 times and then just walked right past him. Like I was just sitting there like, how bad can you be? Like, doesn't your mother tell you to D up somebody? Like, come on, man. And see, that's the reason I don't blame the coaching staff, because JB Bickerstaff is an interim head coach. And who's going to get fired first, him or James Harden?
I mean,
think about it.
Your coach can't teach you defense. We understand what the Tom Thibodeau. He can teach you defense, but he can teach team defense. You can't teach individual defense.
You can't alienate. Hey, team defense starts with the guy in front of you. The guy in front of you.
You can't do it with certain teams because some players just can't play defense.
But you have to try. Yeah, he don't even try. Like he doesn't even like. I just can't even stress how the guy
walked stood there and wait for the basket. You know what I mean? Wait for them to make the basket so he could get home.
And there was, remember that play on the fast break when Klay Thompson legit was going for a layup, and this man James Harden said, and watched him go up. I was like,
and then he was like, well, no, it was another play. That man was like, come on, where the defense?
You know what I mean? I never forget this man Trevor Ariza after the play where Klay Thompson went through the middle open and just laid it up. Trevor Ariza sat there like this. Like, you know it's bad, man. He's the best defender they got right now.
Hey.
Him and Patrick Beverly. So.
Hey, before we segment off, I got one statement. Next year, James Harden will win Defensive Player of the Year. I'm calling it.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, like, I really mean this question. Do you want to be credible? Like, do you really? Like, do you come on here looking to be credible, or is it just so? Is this a game? Is this a game to you? Is
saying that with the other former Defensive Player of the Year on his team?
Like, is it meant to be? Like, is this a game? Is this a joke? Like, you don't take this seriously.
I do.
No, you do not.
I like to make very early predictions.
You want them to be right? I thought predictions actually supposed to happen. I didn't think we just make them to make them. I didn't think I could just predict that it's going to snow today. If I want to make a James Harden kind of prediction, that kind of prediction is there's going to be tsunami in New York today. That's the kind of prediction you just made. And notice where New York is. Notice where New York is. Tsunami, really? Come on, man. Come on, man. James Harden.
Nah, it's not gonna. Nah, James Harden can't do it because that way, man. Kawhi Leonard just played defense on Lance Stevenson. Man, that dude angry.
Kawhi Leonard's great. Man. We'll talk about that stuff kind of later because that kind of ties into Kevin Durant a little bit. But yeah, so we're gonna transition into the NFL, y'all, and talk about the NFL draft.
It's my specialty. We got what's the analyst right here?
Yeah, this is college football man himself. Man's all about his football, his college football stuff. So NFL draft is next week. Well, actually April 28th.
Don't know what that is.
Next week,
What's
next Thursday.
Yeah, next week Thursday.
Oh, you already else. He started
Exactly.
off. He started off.
You see what
All
I'm
you had to
saying?
do was add 7 and a half.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I forgot what today's date is. When you haven't wrote it on a paper or anything like that, you can get what the date is, even though it is right here in the top of the corner.
Oh my God.
But NFL draft is next week, and a lot of teams, these drafts are essentially what changes the landscape of your team. This is what makes or breaks your teams when you draft. In this draft, because you bring in young guys that hope can change a regime and make things different, make a difference for your team. So, guys, give me y'all top 5 NFL, the top 5 picks in the draft, who they will be. Malcolm, let's start off with you. Give me who your top 5 guys will be.
I got 2 scenarios.
Two scenarios.
How the top 5 would go. All
Let me
right.
hear it.
The first pick, which was stupid, for the Rams to trade up because listen, I honestly don't believe a quarterback is that good to be 1 or 2 picks. All right, so of course they're either going to go Jared Goff or Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaning towards Jared Goff because he's from California and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll take him. The second pick, the Browns, they just picked up RG3 like last month.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't believe they're going quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So I have them picking up defensive back from Florida State, Jalen Ramsey.
Wow.
All right, the third pick is
That's a shift.
Mhm.
That's different from my list.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 2 scenarios.
Okay, yeah, I
This is
forgot.
the first one. All right.
He got 2 storylines. Hey, Mass Effect.
He was ready for this. I told you.
Yeah,
He was ready.
All right, the third pick, San Diego. They can go tackle with Larry Tunsil, or they can go defensive end DeForest Buckner from Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're gonna go DeForest Buckner.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the Cowboys, my team, we don't belong at this pick. We honestly don't belong at this pick. So they talking about Carson Wentz. I'm like, nah, no, don't do it. Just for him to sit, no. All right. So since Jalen Ramsey's gone, I honestly believe the Cowboys should trade this pick to get somebody in like the middle rounds. I'm thinking maybe a defensive end like Shaq Lawson, or I think who the second best corner is, William Jackson from Houston. So we should trade back. But if they don't do that, of course they're gonna go defensive end from Ohio State. Joey Bosa, and then that leaves Jacksonville. I don't know. They was looking at Miles Jack, but he has like some knee injuries or something.
Yeah.
So
It's rumored he might not have played this year.
Yeah.
We don't need another situation like that up there.
Hey, man.
So I'm like, I don't know. That's a tough pick. They could go anywhere, but I feel like they will pick them up because they need some help on defense.
Okay, now let me hear that other scenario. What was that other scenario talking about? What was that looking like?
All right, of course you got the Rams. They're staying with Jared Goff.
Mhm.
Then what's the call? It's going to go on. Yeah, Cleveland. They are going to pick up Carson Wentz, but still they got RG3. I'm like, don't do it.
Okay.
Then the third pick. This is how I wanted to go down. Actually, the third pick, the San Diego. They pick up either Larry Tunsil or DeForest Buckner. I don't care who they pick up, but that leaves us, the Cowboys, at 4 to get the man we really need, Jalen Ramsey.
Man, y'all.
Yeah, and then that fifth pick, Miles Jack.
All right. Khaled, who do you got going in the top 5?
Of course, number 1, you have to give it to for the Rams, Jared Goff, because they do need a QB, and he is the better passer between him and Carson Wentz, which will go next for Cleveland. And the thing is, why I say Cleveland should get Carson Wentz is because RG3, they just picked him up, but since he hasn't been efficient since his first year. He hasn't been the best. And off of that injury he had, how much confidence can you put into the quarterback that haven't showed anything for you in a while? So you do want to get a younger quarterback who is healthier, who's actually shown to be a good player as well. Third, like you said, offensive tackle, Larry Tunsil, because Chargers need something, but they need some help. Dallas Cowboys, Jalen Ramsey, because he is the cornerback, and then they can switch up in positions with him and Byron Jones, and of course Jacksonville Jaguars. They need to add to their defense after adding Malik Jackson and Tashawn Gibson, and just go to Joey Bosa. It'll help them become a bigger force on defense.
All right, Rashad, let me hear yours.
I'm actually gonna, fade off a little bit from what you guys are saying with the Jared Goff thing. I don't think Jared Goff will be front. I think it's gonna be Carson Wentz be first pick to the Rams.
They're both garbage.
Yeah, they're both. I think they're both bad. I think they're both.
Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in this draft, and he's like projected 15th pick mid-round.
So I got Carson Wentz going first to the Rams, and then the Browns. This is where it gets a little, confusing. Like people are like, what am I thinking? But for the fact that they have RG3, like you just said, they have RG3 there, and the fact that they know he's injuries, like he's prone to injuries and stuff like that, they want more protection for him. So I see Larry Tunsil going as number 2 to help with that offensive line to make sure RG3 is safe. That's where I see this pick going down, because that picking up RG3 changed how they looked at that. And then so with San Diego Chargers, I feel like they're stuck in a position where they don't know what they want, but they want something good. So it's either between Jalen Ramsey and Joey Bosa, but I see them kind of picking a Jalen Ramsey type player because they feel like, yeah, you can kind of find somebody defensive, and there's still somebody. There's a couple free agents left you can pick up because they're getting old, but 1 year you can hold on to, and you can bring in somebody long term like Jalen Ramsey in corner who can also play safety for a team like that. For the Dallas Cowboys, that leaves Joey Bosa left for them because that's one of the needs. If they don't get Jalen Ramsey, they're going to go Joey Bosa. So that's one of the needs. And then Jacksonville, there's a lot of talk about saying get Miles Jack, but that's not what they need. I feel like they understand that was something what they need. I don't know what these analysts feel like that's more so what they need, but they more so need a defensive end. We tried for 2 defensive ends in free agency, didn't get either one of them. All that's left is older veterans. They don't want that because they want to build young. So I feel like DeForest Buckner is going to be who they go with at defensive end.
Okay. Well, I've had multiple scenarios going in my head, like Malcolm did also, and I kind of have thought because of the fact I assume the Rams are going to go with Jared Goff because all the talk about Carson Wentz is, he plays in North Dakota State, so the guys he's playing against aren't the top tier talent. He has the tools to become something great, but we've all seen plenty of quarterbacks who supposedly have all these tools to be great, and nothing ever they never end up living up to it, and they never end up fully fulfilling all that talent that they had. So Jared Goff is the more complete guy right now. He can actually move. So you're gonna have to move you in Los Angeles. I'm sorry. Trust me, you're gonna have to move. And it opens up a lot of different offensive options with you and Todd Gurley. Then for number 2, I see them picking Carson Wentz because like Khalid was saying, RG3 is not a full-on investment that you don't know like exactly what he's gonna be. You don't know exactly what kind of player you're going to be getting. Yeah, you signed a quarterback, but it's not like he's a quarterback. You're like, this is our franchise guy. So you still, even if you sign Carson Wentz, you sign him, you can have him sit behind RG3 if that's the case. If you want that to be your scenario. And then 3 for San Diego, I imagine them taking Laramie Tunsil because you want to protect that line and be able to actually protect Phillip Rivers and have him actually be able to finish out his career healthy. So you'd want to shore up that tackle spot. And then 4 for the Dallas Cowboys. See, the Dallas Cowboys is where it all becomes tricky for me. I mean, the Browns is tricky too, but Dallas Cowboys is where it all becomes tricky because, man, there's so many spots y'all can get help at. Y'all just lost Greg Hardy, so Joey Bosa can help the line. Lord knows the secondary, Jalen Ramsey would be a blessing. And then Ezekiel Elliott could be a running back. You never know. He could be that running back.
No, Jerry Jones. I see it.
No. You never know. He could be that running back.
No.
That guy that can run, can catch, can do it all.
We got Lance Stormbaugh coming back also.
Oh, that's right.
But hey, Jerry loves to make his splashes.
DeMarco Murray was 4th in the league in rushing. Remember, I told you. We tested last show. I told you.
DeMarco Murray was the leading rusher.
Jeremy McFadden. Fourth in rushing last year.
Hey, but Darren McFadden isn't the catch out of the backfield all around guy that Ezekiel
That's
Elliott.
why we got Lance Dunbar.
And that
sensational, bless up.
But the Cowboys haven't won and essentially a lot of games until they had that guy that could pound it every down for them.
Alfred Morris. Ezekiel Elliott's not a pounded.
Well, Alfred Morris, you're right. Alfred Morris did sign with y'all, but he hasn't looked like Alfred Morris from his rookie year either. After RG3 regressed either, so it seems like y'all backfields a lot of running backs that is. They were, or they could have been, or this was them, or that was that. So Ezekiel Elliott might be a good pickup for them, but I agree that in my opinion, I would go with Jalen Ramsey pick because cornerback has been where the Cowboys have been. It's just been a weak position for them, even though you do want to have a good pass rusher so you can rush the quarterback. And then 5th for the Jaguars. Jaguars, they're confusing, man. They're confusing.
All we need is defensive end there, and we jamming.
They're confused. I mean, I was gonna say Joey Bosa, but it depends if the Cowboys take Joey Bosa. then I guess you would go Miles Jack. But that injury is concerning with that leg injury. But who knows? Because sometimes these guys with the injuries, they come back, they play better than ever. Sometimes they don't come back and play at all. And it would suck for Jacksonville to make a pick that ends up turning out being a waste of a pick. So I would say Joey Bosa would be probably the better option for them. But y'all, let's transition into this last topic and talk about going back to the NBA actually. So the Oklahoma City Thunder, if Malcolm's squad, so if they don't make the if they don't make the finals, do y'all see Kevin Durant leaving or should he leave? Carla, let me hear your opinion. What do you think? Should he leave if the Oklahoma City Thunder don't make the finals?
I don't see him leaving, but I do think he should because it would be something like how LeBron's feeling, in Cleveland. I mean, he just, so much talent, so much greatness, and he can't win anything. Especially after they got to the finals in that series against Miami and they lost. They had James Harden, but he didn't show up. I do think that Kevin Durant in a different situation with players, other superstars or people that can support him on like defense and stuff like that as well can help him get a championship. Russell Westbrook is a great person. If he went along with Kevin Durant to some other place with better pieces, I think it'll be better for him and that had more depth for the team. But yeah, Kevin Durant right now he needs to get up out there.
All right, Malcolm, what do you think?
All right, I made this prediction April 11th, 2016. I said the Warriors aren't going to make the finals or win it. So therefore, you got either the Thunder or the Spurs going to the finals. And me, I've been saying this for the past 5 years. It's the Thunder's year. It's the Thunder's year. So they're going to make the finals. They're going to win it all. Kevin Durant's going to get his ring. He's going to be chilling. And even if let's say it doesn't happen and then Spurs or Warriors make it, or even Clippers possibly, they go to the finals, Kevin Durant's not leaving because you got Russell Westbrook. Eventually, y'all going to get these pieces together. Y'all going to connect, and then y'all going to look to the draft, try to get somebody, a shooting guard. That's all you need. Just need some help, or just look for some bench players because, they have, like, the starters. It's just the bench is so awful when you compare it to the Warriors. So he's not leaving. Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to Washington? Nah. Where else is he going to go? Is he going to go to the Lakers? Nah. Is he going to go to the Warriors? If he does, I'm done with the NBA. OKC's home, so he's staying. What about you, Rashad?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't see him leaving. He has nowhere to go. There's really nowhere. There's no better situation other than the Warriors where you can go that you're playing with somebody better with like Russell Westbrook. So for both of them, actually, so I don't see Westbrook going nowhere. I don't see Durant going nowhere because those are players that who's going to play with that's going to be better than that coinciding player with you. You have nobody to play with there. You going to go play with ice in my veins, D'Angelo Russell? Because that's what you want to do. Oh, I think you want to go do. You can't be chilling with them in a hotel room no more. That's what you want to do. You can go play with the Warriors, but what you gonna do? You're not gonna get enough touches now. You can go from averaging. You're gonna hurt your career stats. You can go from averaging 27 for your career to averaging like 20 in the season. That's gonna hurt your career stats. You're trying to go down as one of the best of all time. Go down as a legend. You want championships too, but you want to go down as a legend. So you see what I'm saying, boy? So you see what I'm saying? All this stuff like this, you don't leave that organization.
Well, see, here's the thing. I understand that perspective that y'all said, but because he's in that class because think about it. Right now he's ringless. Mm-hmm. So you lose and you stay at Oklahoma City based on this loyalty thing, just to be loyal to your team.
You're gonna stay ringless.
Exactly. If you stay ringless, think about it. If he stays ringless in his career and the way he's looking at it, Kevin Durant has gone under the radar. He hasn't received as much flack as LeBron did his first 7 years or so in the league without winning a ring. Kevin Durant has not got that kind of heat at all. And at this point, the boys have been in the league for about 9-8 years or so. And you're looking at they haven't been able to enter a postseason fully healthy for years. But this is the most deep team they've had in a long time. and this cancer comes off your bench, and he's 10th in player efficiency rating. You have Dion Waiters on your bench. You got Cameron Payne on your bench. You have Anthony Morrow. You got Kyle Singler. You got quality guys on your bench.
It's a team building, so why leave?
But you leave because if this team still can't get over the hump after all these years, you're sitting there. You're just like, well, what if I might have a better chance to go win with this guy Steph in Golden State? What if what if that scenario is better than for me to win a ring? Because at the end of the day, no matter how much these analysts at the moment in time when these guys join up, how many of you guys are going to be like, oh, he had to join up with so-and-so to win a ring? At the end of the day, what does he have on his resume? A ring. That's all that matters.
No,
when Dwayne Wade fans mention, when I talk to Dwayne Wade fans, they don't mention that LeBron came and they won a ring. All they say is that Dwayne Wade got 3. That's exactly all they say. When people talk about Chris Bosh, they're going to talk about Chris Bosh having 2 rings. When people talk about Charles Barkley, nobody talks about how Charles Barkley was stayed on his team and blah, blah, blah. Charles Barkley left to go play with Hakeem and them to try and win a ring because he couldn't win one in Phoenix or in Philadelphia. So all we remember is that Charles Barkley didn't get a ring. And we're going to remember Melo that way right now. The main thing that people are beginning on about Melo is that he didn't go with LeBron and them. He didn't do what he could have done to win by pairing up with LeBron and Dwayne Wade. So you don't think Kevin Durant would get that same flack if he doesn't leave? I think he should sign at least a 2-year contract for 1 year out, and then so he can become a free agent at the same time as Russell Westbrook and try it again if you don't get it this season. Because the first season they've essentially been fully healthy. But if they lose, you don't think that's actually an option he should entertain?
I don't. Unless him and Westbrook been talking, Westbrook's gonna leave. There's no reason to leave that team. You have a team that's building. You have no better choice right now out there. The Warriors is speculation. We can't even guarantee that if you bring Durant
and the Spurs are actually speculating that they want him to.
Well, see, I don't think he fits in the Spurs offense as the type of player he is.
You don't think so?
I don't think Durant fits in. No,
think about it. Spurs ain't really have a shooter like Kevin Durant.
It's not even the fact that he's a shooter. It's just the way he plays. I don't think he fits in there. I don't think that the Warriors have enough money to pay him and pay to keep the whole team. So technically, you're breaking down the Warriors team, which is a dynasty, and bringing in somebody who's going to make you lose pieces. I mean, Draymond Green is still be there because you pay him the money. Steph Curry is going to be there. They're going to make sure Steph Curry gets money. But then you have players like Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala. Your other key players in the team. You're going to lose some of those players when you bring in somebody like Durant.
Well, see, here's the thing. You even as the contract situation is now, you might not even be able to retain all those guys when all their contracts expire. That's why it's like you could go for broke and try and sign Kevin Durant because you essentially have nothing to lose. Because if you don't get Kevin Durant, if you can't finish signing these guys, people are gonna look back on your attempt to get to not get Kevin Durant and be like, well, you could have gotten. You might not even be able to keep all these guys because with the cap going up, you can sign Kevin Durant. You won't be able to maintain all the depth you have, but your starting lineup is going to be lethal. Yeah. So they can't, and he fits in San Antonio's system because it's not like he's a ball dominating guy. He can play off the ball. Kevin Durant he shoots he shoots a little bit just almost as well as Steph Curry, not from 3, but as far as field goal percentage, shoots just as well as him. So you can get a guy like that. He plays off the ball a lot of times. Because Russell Westbrook is the one that tends to dominate the ball. It seems like an Oklahoma City offense, and so he can play off the ball. He can play a lot of those moving offenses they run. So I'm not saying he should go there, but I think as though that's an option he could entertain because if Oklahoma City loses, you've essentially been with this core for about 8 years now. 8 years now, and you haven't been back to the finals since James Harden has left, and health has played a part in that. And here's also, do you think the legacy plays a part into it also? Like the legacy of people talking about, oh, he never won a ring. Because now I feel like people are starting to talk about Kevin Durant more, not having won a ring. Do you think that plays a part in it?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, if people are telling you, you need a ring to be great, that's what we was saying about LeBron before he got his rings. We always had that argument against if he was better than Kobe. And people was like, oh, maybe LeBron could be better than Kobe. It was like, nah, not really. He doesn't even have a ring. Just hearing that in your ear just makes you want to go get one.
All right, Rashad, what do you think?
I think it plays a factor, but at the same time, I feel like in his mind, he thinks this is his best chance to win with this team because like I said, the other teams are going to break down when you sign them. This is the only team you can keep paying these people and keep bringing in these role players that'll take the money they take for what they do. You go into a team that was pretty much going to soon want their money because how great they are. They just broke the record. You're going to want a team that's going to get paid, and they're not going to be able to pay everybody. You're going to break that team up. This team here, you have a bunch of players who know what they're worth for this team. You know, they understand they have 2 stars. They understand you have a good 6-man coming in, and stuff like that. You don't want to start breaking down this team. You can keep adding to it.
Malcolm, what do you think?
I'm gonna forget what we was talking about. Here with this project, my fault. What'd you say?
I was saying, if do you think the legacy plays a part in if whether Kevin Durant stays or leaves?
Ring wise.
Well, if we comparing like legacies based off rings, I feel like he should. I feel like he should stay because the way I don't give LeBron his credit because he had to go somewhere to get rings. Chill.
There's people outside the studio. I can't focus out here.
But I feel like he should stay with OKC. And if he doesn't get a ring, I mean, he'll still go down as one of the best. But if he has to go somewhere to get a ring, like I feel like that'll discredit him just a little bit, just like the way I discredit LeBron.
You discredit
LeBron?
How?
Because he has to. He's like
he had nobody.
He's wishy-washy going back and forth. Like if he would have just stayed, and maybe got a ring, like I don't know.
You think he could get a ring with nobody?
I mean,
because that's the thing. LeBron
you gotta make a super team.
That's the only thing. Nobody wanted to come to Cleveland. Mm-hmm. The management was not doing the job it was.
And it's Cleveland.
To bring it, and it's Cleveland. And the management wasn't doing the job it needed to do to bring people for LeBron to play with. And with Kevin Durant, I agree with your premise because Kevin Durant has the talent.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. You have that second guy. LeBron didn't have that in the first go around in Cleveland. Like Kevin Durant got Russell Westbrook, Serge, Enes Kanter, all those guys. So I understand what you're saying. His legacy would probably take a hit because you're like you had to go win with Steph and all that. Mm-hmm. But do you ever think that maybe does the ring overshadow the fact that he had to go get it? Because a lot of times I wonder if people don't exactly look at, he had to go win it with so-and-so, but and more so the fact of Kevin Durant won a ring. Because we look at all these great players, like think about when we named the best players of all time. Karl Malone was a great player. John Stockton was great. Charles Barkley was great. So many of these guys are great players. All these guys are great players, but because they played in the same era as Michael Jordan, they didn't win a ring. So would that lower how we see Kevin Durant as a player because he doesn't have that ring? Whereas he's sitting here thinking like, man, if I just went and got one with them, then people would put me in that conversation. I have a ring. I've won a championship.
Yeah. I mean, they already put him in the top 25 in the list.
They did. Rashad, so is that you got anything else to add to that, or?
Regarding Durant, nah. I think as far as I'm sticking to what I'm saying. He's gonna stay.
Yeah.
The whole team wise, and nothing gonna change.
Well, I agree with you. I think you should stay too. But all right.
Can I make an announcement for 3 individuals before we get off the air? It's just a quick announcement. Quick announcement for 3 individuals. Come on, let me announce it. You wait, see, I can do it now. You're thinking.
It's the last show.
It's the last show. Just 3 announcements to 3 individuals.
Go ahead.
So it's 420. So Josh Gordon, Ricky Williams, and Bill Clinton. Don't get in trouble today. That's stay off that stuff. Stay out of trouble.
Oh man, I can't.
Colin, you got any announcements you want to make?
It's been a great semester. These 2 gonna be graduating, so they ain't gonna be here. I might have to hold down the show for myself next semester.
Why you gonna have to? What you mean?
So we'll see. We gonna it was a great time having them up in here. You know, it was fun. You know, all these funny arguments with Rashad and things he was saying.
I'm gonna turn off the screen, bro. I'm gonna turn off the screen, man. Finish, Colin. Go ahead.
No, it was great just having and being part of this KBR Sports. You know, and I thank Brendan for bringing me into this. You know, it was definitely an experience I love that it's gonna be with me until I go out and find my own little radio show.
You're welcome.
And Rashad too.
This dude Rashad, man. Malcolm, you got anything you want to say, man?
Like I said, April 11, 2016. I guarantee the Warriors will not win the championship.
Sensational. Bless up. Another one.
Man, all right, y'all. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, man. It's been a fun semester. Hopefully, y'all see us during the summer too. I mean, this next week is gonna be finals week, so dude's gonna be in the book.
And, don't forget to watch the round table.
Yes,
Friday at 6.
This Friday we have a round table at 6 o'clock with Cup Check and Football is America and Michael High show as well. So make sure y'all tune into that this Friday at 6 o'clock. We'll be on. But as far as KBR Sports goes, this is the last show of the semester. Class is in for us next week. The only class we got is Monday. But it's been fun, y'all. I mean, we're gonna be graduating and everything, but hopefully we'll still be able to try because we're gonna have to get a lot of technological stuff working so we can do this stuff from 3 separate places. So we appreciate everybody that's been supporting us all this time. You know what I mean? And I just want to turn the screen off because I just can't even keep it serious. Like, hold on a second. Just because of him. I just,
you want me to take it off the TV too?
No.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yes. Yes. They still know.
No, man. I just can't, man. I just had to take a pause break, man. I just Rashad, man. I just can't deal with this dude. But
remember, the 2 is more efficient. The 3 was.
When this man said a 3-point shot was more efficient than a 2-point shot.
Am I off? I'm on. Steph Curry's 3-point shot is more efficient than a 2-point shot for Kyle Korver.
For me also.
And for Malcolm.
Malcolm's
living proof that the 3-point ball is more efficient than the 2-point.
It's been KBR Sports, the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. Coming to you on WOD Studios, the best in college radio.
Stop. It's not that serious.
Had to make sure you look good, man, before we head off.
They can't even see it.
Oh, well, Ducky, hey, you see where I got it. Yeah, there we go. Hey, one of the callers who didn't call in today said, a man look like James Harden out here with the hairdo.
Stop.
Yo, we've been the best sports talk show of your 24-hour day. Follow us on Twitter at KBR_sports. Subscribe to our KBR Sports YouTube channel. And I don't even know what else to say. Rashad just told me all.
Listen to us on iTunes, Rivals, past shows.
Yeah, you can listen to us on Rivals, Spreaker, iTunes. You listen to our past podcasts, our past shows.
Watch them all on YouTube.
Yeah, watch them all on YouTube. And guys, it's been fun. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. All right, y'all have a great day.